How you doing, everyone? Thought it was about time I came and gave you a look on the progress of our new area of forest garden. So I've been doing quite a few updates over the last couple of months of the slow and gradual progress of this new area of mixed orchard. So, beautiful weather today. We've had some terrible weather again over the last couple of weeks. We've had snow on the ground. Of course, we have built our canal system, which is working, and we love the look of it. It's very beautiful. Two long thin ponds plus the circular one in the background. Absolutely full of water, as you can see. And we've got life has found it. We've got water beetles. There's frog spawn, there's toad spawn, there's frogs. So all in all, working really well. The overflow is great, but there's a lot of water leaking out the bank still, which is a real shame. I've been doing my best to bring in wheelbarrow load after wheelbarrow load of soil to try and beef up the banks a bit. But yeah, it's still leaking down to these banks here. You can see I've put a bit of drainage tile in. I haven't set that in the ground yet. I was just laying it in to see what length I would need if we decide to put a proper drain in. So at the moment there's water leaking out pretty much all the way along the canal, which is a real shame. So we've got a lot of water heading off. So yeah, we're still coming up with lots of ideas of how to deal with this problem. One of the main ideas really is just to wait and see. We've got plenty of water at the moment, so we can afford to lose some out the side like this, and this new ditch that I dug to deal with the leak is going down and joining a larger ditch, so the water is going off and away. So one idea is just to wait and see how the water level goes. We're predicting that the water in these canals is going to drop quite dramatically because the pond up at the top of the property, which is filling these two ponds, drops dramatically too in the summer. So then we'll be able to get in and maybe buy some more bentonite clay to fix any holes, because the holes are actually quite obvious to see at the moment. We might look into bentonite liners, or we might do the true permaculture way and think of a solution for this problem now that we basically have two flowing ditches, this canal and now the leakage canal. I'm coming up with some ideas of how we can actually use this leak to head off at a different direction down through Goose Wood and fill a small pond for the geese, so, before that then overflows back out into the road ditch. Anyway, back to the fruit trees. So we haven't managed to plant our main fruit trees. You'll hopefully have seen our video unboxing a food forest, so that'll give you an idea of just how many different varieties we're working with. But because of the snow, we just have been set back and set back and set back. But it's given me time to really fine-tune this area. I've been carrying on with a bit more felling. These are just some of the main trees standards that we're leaving. Although actually I think we're still going to get rid of this one alder, which means we're just leaving a handful of tall, high-pruned alders as our upper canopy species. Today I've just been coming in and hammering in tree stakes to try and get an idea of where the fruit trees are going to go. Looking at doing about 4 meters between each tree. That's a wide spacings for like a conventional orchard, but for a forest garden we're looking to keep them at a wide spacing so that we can let plenty of light to the lower levels, which are going to be the shrub species. So we've got blackcurrants and blackberries, and we've got blueberries. A whole bunch of different shrubs are going to go in here too. We've moved away a lot of the brash. We've taken huge amounts of brash up to our shepherd's hut, which, did you spy it behind me there? So that's great news, that's exciting times. We're trying to set up the shepherd's hut as a farm stay accommodation business. And we're going to be putting a brash hedge around there to give the guests their own wee garden. So all the brash from felling these trees, if it hasn't been chipped, it's been hiked up the hill to make a brash hedge. This little pond has been doing great, so it's obviously is holding water pretty well to a degree, to a point. We filled it right to the brim several times. We've still got to put in an overflow for it. We obviously want to plant this and the canal up with aquatic plants and edge them with willow. So I've got some duck potatoes after watching Rob's Discovery. He was showing us this edible tuber that grows in water called duck potatoes. So we've got some of those have arrived, which we're going to be planting around the edges of this pond. We'll put a small area of reed mace and probably an iris or so. We're going to be planting blueberries on the wall of this pond as well. So it's going to look great, I think. We're still very excited. But yeah, the next thing to do is to definitely decide on our placement for our fruit trees. So at the moment I've put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 stakes. We've actually got over 20 trees, so we've got plenty more space. So we're going to start going over the canal here to the north side, which is going to be great. You can walk through these 2 pollarded willows over this earth bridge where we've got the water. Listen to the sound of the water. It's so nice having this element in the garden. Gorgeous. Really nice. Having all the light reflection, and that is another reason why we want to plant fruit trees over here, which is the north side. So obviously south is this way, and you get a lot of lovely light reflection off of this body of water, which bounces back onto any fruit trees planted on the north side, and that will really help alter the microclimate. Having bodies of water around can alter the microclimate favourably, but also the light reflection can just be that little bit of extra help to stop any problems with early spring frosts for fruit trees. So we're going to put on more delicate trees here. Some of the pears, we've got a Russian variety of quince coming. They're going to get planted over this side, and this is going to be an extension of the forest garden. So I've been pollarding some of the trees you can see in the background there. I've been pollarded, that's the willows and alders, just to make the trees work a bit harder for us, you know. So they're going to be pushing up many shoots now from the point where I've cut them, which we can then leave to grow on for a year or two and then harvest for tree hay or fodder or firewood. I've got some nice lengths of firewood there still to cut up. So this has really been one of the biggest permaculture designs I think I've done here on the farm. It started off as simply putting in a new orchard, and then you see all these different other design aspects that could be put in, like ponds and ditches and hedges, and you suddenly realise that what you thought was going to be like a month's work has turned into 3 months' work. So big project. Still got fences to take down, bridges to build over ditches. We've cut through the hedge, trimmed this large beech hedge that we had, and cut a hole through so that then actually joins this forest garden with what we call the duck forest garden, which then joins the original forest garden that I planted in 2014. And then you're into the market garden with the forest garden tree rows. So we really got this whole contour of the farm now with forest garden designs. The only bit left really is this west field, the top of the west field in front of the shepherd's hut. And we're going to be planting a nice hedgerow in front of the shepherd's hut, of course, mostly fruiting species and native species. So yeah, this forest garden is going to be weaving its way on contour almost from east to west across the whole width of the farm. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed that catch up. I hope that's given you enough of an understanding of where we're at with our new forest garden. Getting very close now to planting the fruit trees. So hopefully over the next few days I'll get a chance to start putting them in. We've got a seed mix that we want to do, kind of cover crop with onto the bare soil that has resulted from all the earthworks. So still lots to come. Thank you so much for your support guys, it really is helping us out. Your support for these videos, for the production of the vlogs, it really means a lot to us, and it has helped us put in a lot of trees this year. And it's not just the 25 fruit trees we've put in, as you can see, Here, forgot to tell you about this. This is another length of hedgerow that we've put in. We've probably planted about 300 willow trees over the last couple of days, and that's all aided by your support. So thank you very much from both Rosa and I, and can't wait to show you even more. So I hope you're all well out there. I hope you're getting some sunshine too, and we'll catch you soon. See you guys.